Hello everybody, welcome back to TotemCast. My name is Lucario, and I want to go over a couple things. I know the last week we did the warrior class discussion. I have plans for additional classes coming up. If you're interested in that, by the way, please let me know on Discord and we will set something up. I already have rogue picked out and monk has already been picked out, but if you main something else like a druid or a mage or whatever, feel free to let me know and I'll bring you on to the show and we'll talk about it. But the first things first is, I did this about a month ago, and I keep forgetting to bring it up, but yeah, I've redesigned our logo. And originally our colors have been gold and black. It's been gold and black for a very long time, for many reasons. I don't want to rehash the same old. But I decided it's time to modify it and make it a little bit more appealing. And it's not just going to be set on red and gold. It's going to be changing probably every month. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be changed once again as well to reflect the month of summer. So get ready for that one. I actually have a bunch of these saved, so I have them all ready for different events. I'm probably just going to do it monthly. I think that was my original plan anyways. So yeah, there's that. The second thing I wanted to go over was I launched something I've been wanting to do for a little while. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I have a lot of good ideas with it. It is something I'm calling the Legacy Gaming Network, or LGN. Now, if you don't know what LGN is, it's just basically another YouTube channel that I made. And we're already at 58 subscribers, which is hilarious to me. So thank you everyone who has subscribed. The entire point of it is, if you want to be a part of it, let me know on Discord, and I will grant you the rank. Now, once you have the rank, you will see a hidden chat window. I know I'm probably making this overly complicated, but all you have to do is drop a video that you recorded into that section, and I will share it with the LGN YouTube channel. It may help you, it may not. Especially right now, it's still very small, and the entire point of it is to just spread additional awareness for your channel, your community, whatever you're doing. And this could be for anything World of Warcraft related, so it doesn't have to be restricted to level 30 content. It could be Mythic Plus, it could be raid solos, world first, mythic raiding. I mean, it could be Warcraft 3 for all I care. You could be giving me StarCraft, you could be giving me Among Us, it could be Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, anything, any kind of game. It's mostly WoW focused for obvious reasons, but it could be anything. And of course, I will link your YouTube channel, your community, your Discord, whatever, in the notes down below. So if you want to become a part of that, all you have to do is join our Discord here at Legacy 30. The link will be in the description down below, so if you hear this and you want to do that, you can do that. It's all to help just communities grow. That's kind of my goal with this. I'm very excited with it. I got a couple things I got to upload as well, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. But you join Legacy 30's Discord, and then you get the rank, and then you just upload from there. And that's all you got to do. And once I get the video uploaded, I will just clear the video out of the tab, and then you will see it pop up. And now, again, I don't know if this is exactly going to help boost your channel. It's more of an algorithm thing, but the way I see it is, if you have double the video posted, you have double the chance for it to boom a little bit. And this isn't restricted to just videos, it could just be shorts or even live streams. If you want your Twitch account linked, or your Kick account, or whatever else kind of video recording platform that there is, you can do the same thing. It's all really going to be the same thing. Eventually, I'd like it if this becomes something bigger, and then I don't know, it could be some kind of world, something like OTK, or even what Starship does. I know that'd be a full-time commitment, a full-time job, but if I had that kind of free time, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think it'd be great. So for the next thing I wanted to go over is Legacy 30 is in need of a raid leader. I think I've discussed this in the past. I'm not necessarily a raid leader. I've never been a raid leader. It's not something that I like to do. I'm not very mechanical or mechanically inclined to know fights. That's something I suffer even with Mythic Plus. When I do Mythic Plus every season, it is a hell on earth for me. At least with 30, usually know what I'm doing. It just my communication skills come to an all-time low. Because if I know you're supposed to get out of a circle or something, I'm not going to call it out. I'm just going to be focused on getting out of the circle. So I'm not cut out for that kind of stuff. And we used to have raid leaders in the past. I would not mind us having a new one. It's just my only thing is if somebody was interested in raid leading, this is for NA, of course. I'm pretty sure EU has their stuff covered. I haven't actually checked, but you know. This is, of course, like I said, for NA. If you want to do this, you have to actually want to do this. That's my problem. It comes to like this with like officers, for instance. I've had so many people want to come in as an officer for Legacy 30, but they never want to actually do anything. They just want the rank for XYZ reason. Or they're like, oh, well, I've been here long enough, I should have the rank. And I'm like, okay, but what are you going to do? Oh, you're not going to do anything? Okay, well, probably not. I don't think I need you. There's no reason. I don't need like a whole armada of officers or anything like that. And I've had like I said, I've had a lot of people like message me this stuff, and I'm just kind of like, bro, I've already got one, and they're barely doing what they're supposed to do. So like, I don't need a second one, or even a third or a fourth. I'm currently right now having one of my friends help me with the officer role, but he doesn't actually have the role. I just granted him a little bit of access so he can take care of some stuff for me, and it works out. Like technically, he should be an officer, but I'm not going to grant him that. He does manage our guild bank in game. He has access to the gold, so all he does is just restock, organize, make it look clean for people. Maybe we should be a little less generous because we have so many gems in there, and in the past we've had some people steal the gems, and then they apologize for it, then they never put the gems back or the enchants or whatever. It's usually just kind of like, okay, so are you gonna go back and fix it? I don't know. I'm a little under the weather right now, so if I sound a little off, I'm sorry. It's that summer cold, you know? But if you want to be a raid leader, all I ask for you is, number one, I want you to actually want to be a raid leader. I want you to come in. I want you to schedule events. I don't want to have to do that. The less work I have to do, the better. I've already got enough stuff I have to do. It is kind of a pain. So yeah. Okay, the other thing I was going to say is if you ever wanted to be an officer in the future, I'm open to it. We are growing to the point now where I would probably benefit from having another one. But same as the raid leader, you would have to actually want to be an officer. You'd have to actually be dedicated to doing the role I grant you. And also with the raid leading aspect, if you're going to do that, I expect you to know fights. Like, do your homework, actually understand what we're doing here. Just don't come in here and try to wing it. You know, we do our raids like once a week, if maybe every other week. It just depends. And we have usually like a 2-hour raid window, which is usually more than enough for everything we do. But I would rather not waste time like you trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing so you could tell us what we're supposed to be doing. Take it, a lot of us already know the fights anyways, but there's always usually new people that join. I think that's one thing I've actually haven't really thought about is Legacy 30 doesn't really have a core raiding group. I never actually thought about this until joining joining TotemCast a couple days ago, and that's when I kind of came to the realization like, hey, we don't even have a core raid group. And that's fine, actually that's fine. I think it's more fun this way that we don't have that, because people can just join and we can just hang out. And if they like the content, hey, they'll be back next week. If they don't, I guess we'll see you in 6 months when you were like, oh yeah, I have a level 30. Because that happens a lot too. It's really funny when we see the old faces come back. It's just kind of like, hey bro, it's been a minute. So yeah. This also is going to tie into my next thing I wanted to talk about. I have been wanting to bring back the progression rating system. Now, we've done this a couple times in the past. The first time was a huge event for us. I really wish we caught it on camera. I'm very mad we didn't. It was really big. We had like 50 people. We had to break everything up into 2 raid groups. And you basically start off a low item level gear, and then you only get gear from, well, collecting it from the raid. It made it really fun because you actually felt like you were getting stronger. It was a good little system. We had a lot of problems with it, however. The main issue was like attendance, because like when something's new, everyone's going to want to come join, obviously. And then of course everyone's going to give that whole like, oh yeah, I'll be back next week. But then they, you know, they never come back. So we went from like 50 people and we dropped down to like half the number. and by then it just wasn't working out because like we just weren't doing like the actual damage for it. Or maybe the numbers were lower than that. I don't really remember. Maybe I'm thinking we had like 2 full raid groups of 25, or it was like 1 group of 25 and we just split it up to 12. It might have been that one. That one probably makes more sense for Molten Core. I really don't remember. It's been like 2 years. I'm sorry. You know, believe it or not, we've done like a million raids since then, so. But yeah, I was thinking about bringing it back, but maybe doing it a little bit different, making the gear a little bit, like, I don't know, like harder. Maybe like reorganizing the tier of the raids, because some raids, even though they're in like Wrath content, they're actually easier than BC raids. Or like Karazhan, for instance. Karazhan should realistically be harder than everything from Classic, but it is absolutely probably easier than Molten Core, which is just funny. So maybe have like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 system, or a tier 1 would just be like the easiest raids, and tier 3 would just be like raids like ICC or something, or Sunwell or something like that. I don't know, I think it'd be fun, because you would just build up to the... Yeah, I mean, that could work, because you would just build up to like the sockets. Sockets are king, so once you get that, you're pretty much set. I thought it'd be fun to bring it back and maybe have like that one have an actual like 10-man core raid team or something, instead of just having like a bunch of stragglers. I don't know. I maybe we can talk about it or something and see what the community thinks. I would definitely be down for that, but of course if we were going to do that, you would have to absolutely make a brand new character. There will be no doing what like Duty did whenever Duty was in charge when we were doing progression rating. I love the man, but he really messed it up like before it started, because we had a whole list of rules, and one of the rules was you have to have a new character so nobody cheats and uses old gear, and we can actually track your progress using like the Blizzard app, or the Blizzard store, not Blizzard store. I'm so tired. I'm filling off. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about, when you can like look at, oh, the armory. It's the armory. But you can actually look at how many times somebody's ran a raid and killed a boss and everything, and that was the idea originally. But when it came to the point where everyone had already made new characters, Duty was like, yeah, no, I've decided I'm not going to actually follow that rule, and I'm just going to use one of my characters I don't play that already has a bunch of gear. And because of that, the inconsistency started, and then everyone ended up doing that, and it just kind of defeated the whole purpose. Like, you start off bad. You can't start off bad. So if we do this again, you are expected to make a brand new character if you want to be a part of this. I think it'd be good, because I can record it, make a whole little series out of it, and it'd be good promotion. I mean, that's just how I look at things anyways. The other stuff I wanted to talk about is the challenge section we have on our Discord, particularly the Ashran target dummy. This has been around for a little while now. It's basically like a high score kind of thing. I call it the high score. So what that means is we have 2 sections of it. We have one for healing and one for for tanking. So for the tanking, depending on what class you are, you should be able to achieve a really good high score. Other classes for tanking, it's not really so much. But you're allowed to use any kind of world buff you want. You're allowed to use any kind of like potions or just scrolls, whatever you want to do to buff yourself. That doesn't come from another player. You can use a food buff. And the whole idea is you're going to sit there and see how many stacks you can take. Now, once you get to a certain amount of stacks, eventually you will die, unless you somehow like planned around it. It's very interesting to see what people can come up with. Druidman has currently the highest roll, or he has the highest rank, rank number 1 as a Brewmaster Monk at like 129 stacks. And I think I have the highest on Blood DK, which is like 13. It's like 13 or 16. I'm not the best Blood DK, but I'm the only Blood DK that's actually tried it. Some classes like Demon Hunter's gotten to over 70. It's not impossible. I know Caliph in our community, his Prot Warrior got over 50. Maybe it was over 60. I don't remember the exact number. It was impressive nonetheless. But it does encourage people to play better and learn how to tank properly. You could always just go in there and train if that's something you wanted to do. I have a healer version of it as well, where you just kind of do the same thing, but you try to heal through the damage from the target dummy. And It's not, you're probably not going to be able to reach the same levels that a tank could, of course, but you never know. It's probably not the worst thing. We don't exactly have, like, I don't remember what they're called, but you probably know what I'm talking about. I think starting in MOP, or maybe it was WAD, but you had this challenge thing where you would, like, get the gold medal for the proven healer, the proving grounds. Sorry, that's what it was. It came to me at, like, the last second. But the proving grounds, we don't have access to that. And I should have added that to my wish list. I kind of forgot it was even a thing. But it would be nice, because it'd be a good way to train and become a better healer, better tank, better DPS. I mean, this is kind of like a nice little way to get around that. And we even have the high score, so like it'll be documented. You want to participate and you want to try to beat the score. If you do beat the score, just take a screenshot and send it to me on Discord. And I will make sure to include you to the Hall of Fame. And the last thing I want to go over, like I said, we're not going to have a whole lot to discuss this time. But the last thing I wanted to go over was, currently at max level, we have Horrific Visions again. Now, I loved Horrific Visions when they came out. My only problem is I didn't like doing the daily quest, because the daily quest section of it was just a pain in the ass. If you remember back in BFA, in order to do Horrific Visions in the final patch of the expansion, you had to go do a bunch of daily quests. You had to get all these, some kind of currency, I forgot, because it just doesn't matter. Blizzard has too many currencies. Like, every time I open up WoW, there's just too many. It should all be converted to gold at this point. That's just my opinion. But you have to go farm all these out from the daily quests, and then you can do like maybe 1, maybe 2 Horrific Visions, and doing the Horrific Vision will give you a chance to get a mount or like a weapon enchant, which are both really cool. But you have to do it to farm to upgrade your cloak, which is a legendary item you got back in BFA. Which is weird, because it's always Wrathion with the legendary cloak every time. But you would upgrade your cloak, and then you could stay in the Horrific Vision just a little bit longer, and there's really no point to it outside of that. You just basically save Orgrimmar or save Stormwind, and then you gotta kill Ilaria or kill Thrall, and then it's over, and then you collect your reward and leave. I have a lot of fun doing those. With this current patch, we have Horrific Visions are back. They did change it so it doesn't require all the unnecessary crap to get in. You just kind of go in, and I'm loving it. And it's really making me want to have access to something like that at 30, so I'm hoping in the next patch, when everything gets scaled down, we might actually have it. And if it stays on the consistent path that Blizzard has been doing with World of Warcraft, every time the new expansion comes, it's usually hit or miss, but there's a good chance we'll get it. Like, there's a good chance we'll get the little go-kart thing from the Undermine area. That would be cool. Because if we do get that, you better believe we're going to have a Mario Kart tournament. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun if we had the dragon raiding tournaments. Like, we should do more things like that. It doesn't have to just be a raiding tier. That's what I really like about 30. It's just pretty much a sandbox. That's how I always look at it. You just have fun, you make your own content. And you're kind of living in the old world. Even though a lot of us just sit in Orgrimmar. But hey, it is what it is. And actually, the last thing I was going to bring up for this one, I have been debating for a little while now if I wanted to faction change the server, which all that would be is like Lucario would just become Alliance, and then it would become an Alliance guild. I don't know if that actually works that way because it's mostly Horde dominated, but if the leader is Alliance, I'm sure it would be considered an Alliance guild, right? Actually, I really don't even know that. But here's the thing, like, we started off on Thrall because one of my friends made me come to Thrall. And we were playing max level on Thrall, and then that's where we ended up making the guild. I don't want to be on Thrall. I hate the server. It's usually dead. I come from bigger servers, so it's kind of like a big cultural shock for me. I'm used to seeing people run by me all the time, and Thrall's kind of like, there's not much going on. So whether if I go Alliance and bring the Community Alliance, or if we just leave servers, it's up for debate. I just want to be around more people, and I want to have more opportunity to basically recruit. And I would rather recruit where there's more people, because there's more opportunity to grow. I think we did pretty well considering we're on Thrall. That's something else too, because I've had people from XP Off think that we only grew from XP Off. That's not true. I don't think we really got much of anything from XP Off. Like, Legacy 30 itself has grown from in-game, from Reddit, from YouTube. We never got really much of anything from other Twink Discords. And also some from the Starship events we did, but, I mean, other than that, like, Twinkcraft, I don't know if we're going to get anything from Twinkcraft, but, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. XP off, we didn't get nothing, because everybody in the 30 section over there was already part of my community, so... you know what I mean? Like, we weren't really recruiting anything. But if we went to like a bigger server, whether it be Horde or Alliance, I feel like there's more opportunity to get people there. So I was thinking if it was Alliance, I might go to Moonguard. There's always a lot of people there. Hell, even get the RP people. That could always be fun. I don't know. I'd have to look into it and do my homework. For Horde, it could always be like Bleeding Hollow, because I know there's a lot of Twinks over there. I know they're probably super toxic, however, and that's something I want to avoid. I really don't want to have to deal with like a bunch of like sweaty neckbeards. Wimrest Accord, from what I understand, is like the Horde Moonguard. I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know what it's like. So that's always like a possibility. And then there's like Tichondrius or Emerald Dream. I used to play on Emerald Dream. I don't know how big it is now, but it wasn't bad. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just a thought. You never know what I might end up doing or might end up deciding on. So, and I guess I will also add one last thing for this. It's the hero talents. I really want them to bring the hero talents in next expansion for us. I have been playing Frostfire Fire Mage at max level. I know it's like people like Afa that are going to be listening to this who only like to hear the 30 stuff. They're not going to be happy about that, but hey, hi Afa. Frostfire Mage completely reinvented the spec for me. I love it so very much. The visuals, everything, it's just been a lot of fun. I've been like obsessed with it. And I really want to have hero talents for level 30. Now, take it, we may not be level 30 forever. I don't know what they're going to do at midnight, but you never know. But yeah, it would be a lot more flavor for the classes. Like, I'm not looking to do like a bunch more damage or whatever, but just the visuals from the hero specs. Like, Warlock can turn it into a Satyr, for instance. Like, that's just amazing to me. Hunter, I don't know, Hunter's just kind of like whatever. I mean, you could do the Dark Ranger thing, but we already had a Transmog for it, so it's not really too much different. But you know what I mean. Anyways, that's all I'm going to go on. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of TotemCast. Not a whole lot. It's just me talking about like a bunch of minor things, so next time we'll have more going on. But until then, I will see everybody in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and later.